Spend just a few minutes browsing any active Nikon forum today, and one name keeps surfacing again and again: the Nikon Z90. It pops up in long discussion threads, speculative YouTube comments, and late-night debates between wildlife shooters and sports photographers who remember a very specific chapter in Nikon's history. For some people, the Z90 represents the long-awaited mirrorless successor to the legendary D500, a DX flagship that once defined what a crop sensor camera could be. For others, it is nothing more than another rumor destined to fade away quietly, joining a long list of cameras that were talked about endlessly but never officially announced. This split reaction creates a strange tension within the Nikon community, a constant push and pull between hope and skepticism that never quite settles. On one side, there is the practical mindset. Rumors should never dictate buying decisions, especially in photography where real-world needs matter more than hypothetical specs. Cameras are tools meant to be used, not dreamed about indefinitely. On the other side, there is the undeniable excitement that comes from imagining a serious professional DX mirrorless camera built with the same intent and ambition as Nikon's full-frame flagships. That idea alone is enough to keep the community buzzing with anticipation, curiosity, and just a bit of anxiety about whether now is the right time to buy or wait. If the Nikon Z90 ever becomes a real product, it would almost certainly trigger a wave of fear of missing out among photographers who have recently invested in cameras like the Z50II, the ZFC, or even higher-end bodies like the Z8 used in DX mode. Many enthusiasts are watching the DX space closely, aware that a body combining high resolution, high-speed performance, and Z9 class autofocus could dramatically reshape the value proposition of Nikon's entire crop sensor lineup. On paper, the imagined Z90 feels almost perfectly designed to strike that nerve. Leaks and speculation have been surprisingly consistent in how they describe this camera. The most common picture painted by rumor sources is a 33-megapixel APS-C sensor paired with the EXPED7 processor and autofocus technology derived directly from the Z9. This combination would signal that the camera is not meant to be a casual upgrade or a mid-range compromise, but a serious photographic tool aimed at shooters who care deeply about speed, reliability, and reach. It suggests a camera built for people who prioritize capturing decisive moments rather than chasing shallow depth of field or flashy hybrid features. In the collective imagination, the Nikon Z90 would feature full subject detection for humans, animals, and birds, with tracking confidence approaching that of full-frame flagships like the Z8 or Z9. Burst rates in the range of 15 to 20 frames per second are frequently mentioned, along with a deep buffer capable of sustaining those speeds during real-world shooting. In this vision, the Z90 becomes the mirrorless equivalent of the D500, but without the compromises that older DX bodies had to accept due to processing limitations and early autofocus systems. Looking at Nikon's current lineup, the contrast is clear. The full-frame side is thoroughly covered. The Z9 sits confidently at the top as a no-compromise flagship. The Z8 offers nearly the same performance in a smaller, more manageable body. The Z7II caters to high-resolution landscape and studio work, while the Z6II balances speed, video, and hybrid flexibility. DX, however, occupies a very different role. Cameras like the Z30, Z50, and ZFC are clearly aimed at content creators, hobbyists, and style-conscious users. They are capable and enjoyable, but none of them attempt to be a rugged, abuse-ready professional tool in the way the D500 once was. A Z90 would instantly change that perception. It would become the undisputed king of Nikon's crop sensor world, a camera that treats DX not as a stepping stone to full frame, but as a legitimate platform with its own strengths. For wildlife photographers, in particular, the appeal is obvious. Many already use Z8 bodies in DX crop mode paired with long telephoto lenses like the 180-600 mm. While that setup works extremely well, a dedicated DX flagship with 33 megapixels, in-body stabilization, and Z9 level autofocus would offer more pixels on target, a lighter body hanging from the shoulder, and a camera optimized specifically for reach and speed. Against high-resolution full-frame bodies like the Z7II or future Z7 class models, the Z90 would represent a different philosophy. Instead of pushing megapixels to extreme levels, it would emphasize portability, responsiveness, and intuitive handling. For photographers who spend long hours hiking, tracking birds, or waiting quietly in the cold, those priorities matter far more than absolute sensor size. Price, however, remains one of the biggest question marks. A high-end DX body built around the EXPED7 processor, robust weather sealing, in-body image stabilization, and advanced autofocus is not cheap to produce. This is especially true if Nikon expects relatively modest production volumes compared to mass-market cameras. Some photographers say they would willingly pay around $2,400 for a true professional DX body, arguing that the performance justifies the cost. Others expect pricing closer to the original D500, which may not align with Nikon's current economic realities and pricing strategy. This tension highlights a real challenge. If Nikon builds a DX camera that delivers performance approaching the Z8 or Z9, even with a smaller sensor, the price could creep close enough to full-frame options that some buyers might simply choose FX instead. That risk forces Nikon to carefully balance ambition with practicality. The concept of a Z90 is incredibly appealing, but it cannot exist in a vacuum. One of the strongest tangible hints fueling the rumor mill is Nikon's registration of a camera under the code name N2410 in China. The registration includes 5.1 GHz wireless connectivity, a feature usually reserved for more advanced models rather than entry-level bodies. This single data point was enough to reignite speculation almost overnight, with the Z90 becoming the most common label attached to the registration. Of course, others have suggested it could just as easily point to a Z7II successor, a Z8 refresh, or even a retro-inspired model. The truth is that no one outside Nikon can confirm what N2410 actually represents. Looking at Nikon's recent behavior helps provide some context. Over the past few years, the company has focused its most aggressive research and development efforts on full-frame models. The Z9 marked a turning point, introducing a new level of autofocus performance, processing power, and firmware-driven improvements. The Z8 and Z6II continued that trend, showing that Nikon is willing to push hard at the high end. DX, by comparison, has remained a space for accessibility and creativity rather than professional dominance. That does not mean a pro DX body is impossible. It simply means such a camera would have to justify its existence alongside potential updates to Nikon's full-frame lineup. Historically, Nikon has favored FX launches for major events and high-profile marketing moments. Full-frame cameras carry prestige and broader appeal. A DX flagship, while beloved by a specific audience, is a more niche proposition. The Z90 rumor itself is not new. Variations of this idea, sometimes called the Z80 or Z90, have circulated for over a year, with early predictions pointing to a 2024 release. As that timeline slipped, the camera gradually shifted from an expected product to a collective wish. Yet despite the delays, the Z90 remains a believable idea. It fits logically within Nikon's technological capabilities and responds directly to real user demand. What the ongoing discussion makes clear is that photographers want a DX body treated with the same seriousness as FX models. They value crop sensors for their reach, lighter kits, and smaller bodies, but they do not want performance to be sacrificed simply because the sensor is smaller. Many of the loudest voices calling for a Z90 are wildlife photographers, birders, hikers, and older enthusiasts who appreciate lighter gear but still demand professional reliability. Their wish list is remarkably straightforward. They want rugged construction with proper weather sealing, in-body image stabilization, a deep buffer, and intelligent autofocus that works under pressure. A high-quality electronic viewfinder that remains smooth during fast action is essential, as is a body that feels predictable and responsive in the hand. Lens support matters too. While Nikon's current DX lenses cover basic needs, A true Pro DX body would feel incomplete without at least a couple of high-performance DX-specific zooms or primes designed to match its capabilities. The shadow of the D500 looms large over all of this. For many photographers, it remains the best camera they have ever owned. It was fast, durable, and dependable, a tool that felt relevant for years rather than months. When people talk about the Z90, they are not asking for a revolutionary concept so much as a familiar experience translated into a modern mirrorless form. They want Nikon to replicate that magic without settling for second-class performance. At the same time, the gap a Z90 would fill in Nikon's lineup is obvious. On paper, the rumored specifications are entirely plausible, and the demand from a specific segment of photographers is real. Yet Nikon's current strategy still leans heavily toward full-frame development, particularly for headline-grabbing releases. DX flagships carry potential, but FX-first launches remain the safer bet for both sales and brand perception. For photographers trying to decide whether to wait or buy now, the advice remains grounded. Do not let a rumor control your creativity. Cameras like the Z50II, Z6III, and Z8 already deliver world-class performance today. They are capable of producing exceptional images right now, not someday. The Z90, if it arrives, may indeed change the game for DX shooters. But until Nikon officially unveils it, the best photographs will come from the camera already in your bag, not the one you hope might exist. In the meantime, the Nikon Z90 will continue to dominate forum threads, fuel speculative videos, and appear in bold YouTube thumbnails promising leaks and confirmations. Whether it ever materializes or not, its existence as an idea says a lot about what Nikon users want. They want crop sensor cameras that are uncompromising, serious, and respected. They want tools built with intent, speed, and durability, cameras that can handle harsh conditions without hesitation. Confirmed or not, the Nikon Z90 has already left its mark by showing exactly where Nikon could go if it chooses to give the DX segment the attention it has long deserved.